Hi guys, welcome back. Pepe, say hi. Good, be kind. McKenna here, stitching in sequins, and he hasn't made an appearance in such a long time. It's Pepe, everyone. You know, he stuck around for Halloween, but now he's ready for some Christmas. And it's getting fresh with me, so put your hand down. He wanted to sit on my lap. He gave me a really nice lap dance. Actually, it wasn't really nice. It was kind of stiff. I've definitely had better lap dances. But he gave me a birthday lap dance. I am 34 now, people. Do I look totally different than my last video? No. So yeah, had a great birthday. I'll insert some G-rated photos here of the shenanigans. Went out with a group of friends and danced way too much and got home way too early in the morning on Sunday. And Joe was in a very rare form, but it was fantastic. Just how I wanted the night to be, with friends and very just kind of laid back and easygoing. But let's get into it because I have been busy stitching. I have 2 finishes because that's just how I roll. Before Pepe goes, he wants to say hello to Douglas. If you are not watching, good for saying hi. If you are not watching NicStitches, I will link her channel down below. Absolute riot. She tells it like it is. Cussing. Nick, you need to come to Stitch Shenanigans in April here in Arizona. You will fit in perfectly. But she records on Mondays, and so she has football going on off to the side. And she's got Douglas in the background, and she's basically home alone. And yeah, she's amazing. Michelle Bendy gave her a shout out last week, I believe. And it was definitely from Michelle that I started watching Nick. So go on over and show her some cross stitch community love and watch Douglas. And now Irwin wants to come in to the room, apparently. Making sure Pepe's not going to fall over. Are you going to come? Come on. All right. So, I made notes. So let me refer back to my notes. Birthday. Black Friday. Oh, for Thanksgiving. Hope you guys all had a fabulous Thanksgiving. It was very low key and quiet here. Joe took the boys down to his parents for the day. And then I went over and hung out with my mom for a few hours, took some stitching, and we just kind of sat around and chit-chatted. So never kind of grew up with a huge family gathering at Thanksgiving. My dad's family is not huge. It was just his brother. So they never came into town wherever we lived because I moved so much growing up. My mom's parents are all in the Pacific Northwest, so they kind of just tended to all stick together. So Thanksgiving growing up has always been very chill and relaxed, which is fine. So it was still very strange, all these firsts without my dad. So I wanted to make sure that my mom at least felt a little bit of love, and so it was fine. I wanted it very simple, so stitched over there, came back and stitched some more here at the house. And it was perfectly fine. Christmas, we may be going out of town, not completely sure. But for Black Friday, I did have a Black Friday sale. And so many of you guys took advantage of the sale, and I thank you guys so much. You cleared out a ton of my inventory, so I'm definitely gonna have to find more goodies, but I got goodies packed away from God knows where I've attained these things from. So I'll definitely be kind of going through my stuff, reorganizing and putting stuff up. Still have a ton of charts that I can put up into the $2 section, so watch that. Quick hint, if you go on to 1884 Stitchery and just click on all products, that will show all of my most recent up-to-date products that I've listed. Everything from thread, fabric, charts, kits, charity items as well. So, okay. FlossTube number 86. Thank you guys so much for the great comments, congratulating me on 1 year of having 1884 Stitchery. It's amazing, and you guys have totally made it what it is. And remember, I am having a giveaway that's going to end December 29th. So if you have not entered, go on over to my last video, FlossTube number 86, and make sure you enter the giveaway. Remember, I'm having 5 giveaways. I'm going to go over real quick here. This is Mary Hogg, 1830, and you can have a chance to win Mary. Sacred to the Memory. There's the original Over My Shoulder and the reproduction. And then I am also giving away some Owl Forest charts. We have Snow Maiden, perfect for this time of year. Sun and Moon. I have this in my stash and definitely want to start it up. I think it would be cool for the sun and the moon to use maybe some étoile thread, just to give a little bit of sparkle. And Famous Hedgehogs. So yeah, go on over to my last video, watch it. All the rules of how to enter are there. Now, my friend Cassandra and I were like sisters. We've been told that in Vegas. We have been talking for the last couple weeks. Dude, it's the end of the year. What are we going to do for our 2020 plans? And we had talked about going through all of our WIPs, figuring out which ones we really want to get done in 2020, sideline the other ones, which is totally fine, it's totally allowed, but concentrate on a number of your WIPs, put them in a wheel, and work on them that way. And then maybe have rules. Hey, maybe when you finish 2 of them, you can start something new. So we've been kind of planning with this. And then I was watching frickin' Michelle's video where I gain all my knowledge. And she had mentioned Melanie, the Soulful Stitcher. She has this new Facebook group, which launched just a few days ago. And it's called What WIP. I will link it down below. Now, as I'm recording this, the group has 39 members. I will also link Melanie's video talking and explaining about the group, so that's a must watch. But she's going to limit the group to a certain number of individuals because of what she kind of has planned with all the members. So I'm in the group, Cassie's in the group, I know Michelle is, let's see. I'm trying to think who else is. Audrey is in it. But Melanie is amazing. So this group is perfect because it takes the idea of what Cassie and I were kind of toying with, and Melanie read our minds and totally made this happen. So basically the rules are you pick some WIPs, at least 4. You have to complete 3 of them and completely FFO 1 of them. Totally doable. You have 1 year. So again, the Facebook group is linked down below. Her video and her channel are linked down below. Go and give her a watch. And then if something like that is interesting to you for 2020, head on over to the group, answer a couple questions, and get in. I will be making a Al Forest order probably later this week. I have lots of things that I need to order and get, but I got a order last week of just some paper charts that I needed back in stock. The villains, of course. I'm not sure which villain paper copy charts I have available, but I know I still have some. And one of the brand new ones that I ordered, this is called Finches, and perfect time for winter. Absolutely gorgeous. And I like that there's so many versions of the birds that, again, you could just stitch the little motifs. Like, I love the bird that's just carrying the little, let's see where I'm at, the little branch of berries, or the little 2 down here. So yeah, this is Bullfinches by Al Forest. This is in my shop. I also am a US distributor for Awesome Pattern Studio. Get a little closer because I'm going to show you guys which ones I have in stock. These are just the kits, or not the kits, just the patterns. So, and I believe I have them in my shop for $10 each. So an absolute steal. This is, let's go no glare, Phoenix. I love the colors on all these. Ursula. We have the Sloth. Jellyfish. Love the colors on this. And how cool would this be? You do the jellyfish, but you sub in some of the etoile threads for some of the tentacles. Arms. Oh, that's another Phoenix. Bug. Mandala bug. I have a friend that is working on this, and I've seen it in person, and it's amazing. The colors are amazing. This is Mandala Cat. Lotus, which looks more like a crown or something, like a headpiece. Disneyland. Again, all these you could sub in some etoile. Girl Abstraction. I love her hair and then all the stuff in her hair. Really cool. Skull. And Wizard of Oz. Really, really cool. Speaking of Wizard of Oz, okay, so these are Awesome Pattern Studio charts. I have own tab on 1884 Stitchery. But speaking of Wizard of Oz, Al Forest Embroidery over the summer released a free stitch along, which is still available. I had talked to Al Forest people, and I said that people are very much interested in the stitch along, and I've been getting a lot of emails regarding it. So Al Forrest has put together a kit, not with the chart, because you can go online and print out the chart yourself because it is free, but they have kitted up, I don't know if it comes with a piece of fabric, but I know that overdyed flosses are included, fabric, needle minder, maybe it does come with the chart. I bet it does, because I'm looking at the it doesn't list the set. It does not list fabric, floss, needle, the color symbols, scheme, color symbol scheme. So it might come with it. I'm looking at the kit and there's papers on the bottom that are folded up. So anyway, I'm going to be ordering some of those. So if you are interested in stitching the Al Forrest Sal, I'm going to insert a picture here. I will be getting some of those kits in. I'm also working on getting in more of the villain kits. And then a brand new kit as well. This one, really, Swamp Witch, which, oh, I can't. All right. I think that is it on my list. So let's get into my stitching. Take a drink. I'm still using my Halloween trick or treat. Why not? All year. I did a little reorganizing up here on this top shelf. So this box here was beautifully stitched by Cheryl the Wayside Stitcher at the New Jersey retreat. My Michael Jackson Pepsi can. And then this is my Benny Stitchy design. We're all mad here. That I put onto a trivet because, so I have that up there. I had the hardest time figuring out where I wanted to put it because it's a trivet and it has legs on the bottom. So it's not like you can just put a nail into the hole, into the wall and then hang it because the feet stick out. So I did a little reorg and put those things, but you can see it's a hodgepodge of all kinds of stuff. Yes, this is a hand. No, it's not real. Yes, if you want to send me one, I'll put it in my medical bathroom. I got it at a thrift store for $1. And yeah, I had to pick it up. So weird shit makes me smile. So yeah. All right, let's try there. Okay, what have I been working on? Let's talk about FFOs, because I'm gonna have 14 for the year. I have a WIP that I'm currently working on. It's a commission piece, which I'll show you guys, but that will be number 14 for the year. So number 13, actually, yeah. So number 12 finished for the year. This is New England Saint Nick. It is from The Good Huswife. I started this for Diana. It is Kismet for her birthday. Sal picked something Christmassy because her birthday falls around the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it's just kind of a funky time. So pick something holiday, winter, Christmassy. I've always liked this chart. I tend to like more old world Santas than white and red, traditional sort of Santas. So yeah. So I stitched this for you, Dee. I mean, not for you, but I stitched it and I finished it and I'm happy, proud of myself for doing it. Every time I look at it, I think of Dirty Dee. Put it into this frame that I had in my Closet O frames and I love it. Love it on the dark fabric. I stitched this on something 28 count because it's 2/2. I've stitched on black before and it really wasn't that bad, but I liked this fabric with a little bit of modeling, so I decided to go for it. So I really like this. I need to put all my specifics on the back and then I can go and set this out in the family room, probably in the kitchen actually. Next thing that I finished, which was a quick stitch. I want to say I only spent like, it was definitely less than a week of stitching time on this. This was a new start in October. Yeah, Helga Watts Halloween sampler. It's from Primitive Betty's. And I loved the monochrome one color, but I think this is really cool how it's, the threads are just pulled on the piece to give it a little bit of like fringe, and then it's just nailed onto a piece of wood. I really like that finishing. Really like how that is. So stitched this up, finished it. Didn't have a frame in my Closet O frames for it to fit, but I thought, hot damn, I still got some canvases, and sure enough, the son of a bitch fit. So I busted out my staple gun and stretched it onto the canvas. You can get like a pack of these at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. They're canvases, and then I just write directly on the back of the canvas. I don't put any sort of padding or anything, and I just staple it, and then it'll be good. I did similar, I'll show you my other finish that I did on canvas strips. It's a little bit wonky donkey. Michelle's got her weird name, Kapikahi, and then I forget the other one, Wabi Sabi. So this is, what did I just call it? Funky Monkey? No, it's not. Wonky Donkey. So this is Wonky Donkey. But I love it. Absolutely love it on this fabric. And I stitched it in Black Crow by Belsois. I got fancy with it. So the chart is now up for giveaway. So if you would like to stitch Miss Helga Watts, use Helga, Helga, in a sentence. Let me know what you think she's doing. What is Helga doing? She's sweeping. Did she pull out a big fork to eat some spaghetti? Is she digging a grave for her husband? Let me know. What do you think Helga is doing? And in addition to the chart, guess what, people? I had enough fabric. Once I cut the half, I have a piece of fabric dyed that will make this fit. So if you stitch this like how I did, which was 2/2, it will fit on this piece of fabric. Now, will it have like crazy 3-inch margins? No. So let me pull out. Oh, let me pull it out. That's what he said. So Helga is 6 inches tall, and this fabric piece is like 9 3/4. So it will fit. Start in the middle if you're concerned, but let me know what Helga is doing. And my next video, I will pick a winner beforehand and you will get the chart and the same fabric I stitched it on. Okay, that goes here. So let me show you my other canvas finish. I highly recommend canvas finishing. Super easy. Get a staple gun. Mine's just it's not automatic or anything. The corners, I just kind of get the face out of the way. Fold over. It's nothing crazy. It took me longer to line it up, and you can still see I wasn't exact on it, but that's okay because I still love it and I like when stuff is wonky donkey. Canvases come in a plethora of sizes, so you can even do them for like little smalls. They even sell like really tiny small canvases. So I remember they were on sale, I think at like Joann's or something, and I bought a huge pack of them. Here is my other canvas finish. This was my first canvas finish. This is Garden of Erie by Plum Street Samplers, and I did this in March of 2018. Yes, there was another cloud here, like the green cloud, but I was over it. So I left it as is. But yeah, again, simple canvas finishing, nothing crazy. All right. What have I been working on? My current WIP that I started yesterday, and I will probably finish today, is a commissioned piece for a friend of mine. If you remember, last year he commissioned me to stitch for his sister. What is it? The Aquatic Life movie with Bill Murray. I stitched like the characters. So he had come to me to stitch something for his sister again for this Christmas. It is from, God, I can't name that movie but here's the chart. It's a lineup of characters. I think, oh, Fantastic Mr. Fox. And I said, I have a ton of things. It's not going to work in my schedule this year to get it done for Christmas. I said, but I know her birthday is like the beginning-ish of the year, and I will stitch this for her for that. So I am also commissioned for this piece for next year. But he wanted me to stitch something small for another friend of his named Ariel, and so we went back and forth looking at charts, and he settled on this. So it's totally, like I had put on Instagram, it's totally not me. Very un-McKenna. But I love how people wanted me to make it McKenna-ish by adding a nipple. A side nipple, boob. I would, but it's not for me. So it's just a simple pic of Ariel. You can see the background is like this yellowish color, two-toned. I will put a link on Etsy to this chart. It's from happyslothpatterns.etsy.com. It's called the Little Mermaid. So I didn't want to have to stitch all this yellow sun. So I found some yellowish fabric. So I've already completed 1, 2, 3 of the colors. I have a light blue to stitch in, and I am substituting the red on her hair for some etoile. And this is where I am at. Needle Minder, courtesy Top Knot Stitchy Shop. I'll link down below. And I love this. I think it because it is, you can see a little bit of the sparkle because it is so not me. I'm finding joy in stitching it. And because it's small, I know I can just bust it out in a couple of days and then kind of go back to my normal stuff. I picked this piece of fabric from Needleworkers Delight in Jersey. So it's a piece of Lugana, 25 count. Like, okay, never stitched on 25 count, and I'm doing 2/2 and love it. So it'll be just a very simple frame finish, and then I'm going to find a really cool font and backstitch in Arial. So no, I'm excited to get this done, get it off my plate. Excuse me. Thank you for those of that she said, bless you. But no, I've been having fun stitching it, and I've already begun to think how I want to finish it off. So that is what I've been currently working on. Before I went over and worked on Arial, I had busted out Jenny Bean Halloween. And I got in a few lengths of the toile because I went to go work on the border. Got around the corner of the border, and then I was looking at it this morning when I was stitching on the Little Mermaid, and I realized, come on, UPS, stop. Oh, it's not. So, I got in this pumpkin at the bottom and some of this stuff. But the border all around is etoile, so you can still see I still have a little bit to go. I need to fill in the house a little bit more. And I love this. So I think because I went total ham on it in October for Halloween, I got burnt out on it. Still love it. Still love it. But it's just not what's calling to me. That could be hung up. So let's see what else I also worked on. Oh, that's a mess. Quaker Gone Haunted from Michelle Inc. This was a national release this year. And I am stitching this in honor of my dad. And this is where I'm at. So I'm going across. So I already have the Here Lies corner done. I got the Tombstone Angel all complete, and then I'm working across. So that is where I am at. The fill-in around the Tombstone Angel is soot, and I was good. I usually do not go in rows on variegated colors. I mean, I guess I do, but I don't do 1x1x. I go all the way, come back. You'll still see the variegation. And so that's what I did. I went up and down for the variegation, and I love how it looks. So yeah, that is where I am at. Usually I'll get a want or an urge to work on it, usually on Tuesdays. Makes me think of my dad. So maybe I'll work on that pull that back out today and work on it. Today's been 15 weeks. I don't know, when do you stop counting? I'm always, it's like, I don't know, will I ever not stop counting the weeks? I think I will when I get to a year. I'm not going to be like, oh, he's been gone 62 weeks. But you guys can see I wear the necklace every day. I need to order some urns for the boys, and then do a little memorial area here in the house. And then we'll be going over to my mom's to fill those up. So it's empty, but I get a lot of peace wearing it, touching it, holding it, just feeling it, and the boys do as well. And then sometimes I also forget that I have his signature on my arm. Another piece I have went crazy on, and you guys are going to be like, oh my god, I totally forgot you had this. I've been wanting to stitch on this for so long, so I busted it out. This is Queenstown Sampler Designs. This is the first chart that I have stitched from the company. Mexican Sampler, 1850. It's weird, it's funky, I'm weird, I'm funky. The colors I absolutely love. You could easily do it in just a monocolor. But yeah, it's 3 shades of blue. As you can look, these two definitely are 3768 and 926 are pretty damn close. And then 3750. And then 352, this peach color. And what's interesting, so the symbols, but most of the time, like when I'm doing symbol B, it's a length of 926 and 3750. So it's really, really cool when you stitch. I'll show you, because you can likely see, hey, those are 2 colors, 2 shades. I'm stitching this on a 36 count piece of fabric, coconut, and I got a ton done. I completed 3 pages. So you can see here on the wing of the bird, this is threads together of blue and peach, just like here on this bird's chest, blue and peach. But this bird here is all made up of the 3750 and the 926. So you can see it here in the basket. It kind of gives a cool kind of gradient sort of look. I love this girl here in her balloons. So yeah, this is where I am at. Super cool. I love this piece. I want to say I have another chart from Queenstown Sampler Designs in my stash. And I know it's something really, really small. But yeah, great charts, large, really easy to see. And something like that, it has a lot of really clear directions. So that is what I've been working on stitching wise. some things that I have received in the mail. Let me see here. Oh, please. Oh, and I can't because it's on the phone. Okay. Or actually, I can do a search. Talk amongst yourselves. Just a second. I can't do a search. Okay. So what if I got in the mail? Frickin' D. She is always on it with gifts and knowing me so well. Shortly after my dad died, she sent me a memorial kind of jar, either for candles that you could burn in it, but it also came with a lid so you could put items in it. It's been on my counter and I burn a candle in it every single day, and when I light it, not only do I think of my dad, but I think of Dee and your friendship towards me. And because we have a great friendship and she knows me so much, 50 ways to eat cock. Look, I thought there was only one way. Apparently there's 49 other ways. Healthy chicken recipes with balls. Well, I hope so. So we all know Bendy and how she reads a poem out of her book, her poem book, at the end of all of her videos. I feel like I need to read a passage out of this book, or like give a chicken recipe at the end of every video. So let's look at the introduction under the table of contents. There's a section on choking the chicken, how to stroke your cock, cock of ages, keeping it delicious, nutritious, and cheap. Let's just randomly pick a recipe. Here's a tongue twister. Barbecue crock pot cock. They're a great lifesaver. People use them on a regular basis. Need a cock, cut it into 8 pieces. Barbecue salt coat, salt and pepper to taste. Place pieces of meat in the crock pot, cover with barbecue sauce, cook 2 to 3 hours. There's even a recipe for your own barbecue sauce. Pasta in a cocky tomato sauce. I wonder if I can make that vegetarian. Linguine with cock and lemon cream sauce. Cock under wraps. Cock and bean soup. I mean, and Cal, so of course I had this out. And the boys walk by, because they're 7 and 9. They read. And they're like, 50 ways to eat. What kind of book is this, Mom? And I said, oh, it's a cookbook. I said, but cock is another word for chicken. And he was like, oh, okay. So he's like, well, what are you going to make out of it? I was like, well, I don't know. And I said, but look, there's a recipe for guacamole in the back. I said, so it's not all about chicken stuff per se. And he's like, don't you mean cockamole? Cal is usually not that quick. Usually it's Ayrton. Cal got me on that one. So thank you, Dee. And then Christmas cards are coming out, which I absolutely love. swear I'm going to do Christmas cards one year and just make them totally ridiculous. So I got a card from Bruce and Dee and Minnie and Bandit from the Abrams. So thank you guys so much. And from Danielle, of course. You don't even know it needs to be from Danielle. It has a fox on it. Thank you so much, Danielle. I appreciate your kind words. And I picked up the mail on the way to the grocery store this morning, and I was at a red light, and I opened up your letter, Danielle, and then you made me cry. Deanne from Darlene and Whimsy Designs on IG. Follow her. Love the James O'Meara Pharmacy Museum. So want to go to this. Or when I die, I'm just gonna like have all my medical stuff going here. She said that she saw this fabric and knew I had to have it. So that means it either has mermaids, boobs, dicks, or skulls on it. I've decided. Forgive the cat hair. Jarvis and Sammy wanted to send you a piece of themselves to you. Deanne, you're so sweet. Again, she knew one of the 4 options. It's got skulls on it, and it's all labeled, or skeletons, and it's all labeled with parts of the body of the skeletal system. So thank you so much. I love this. I think what would be cool is try finding a chart that skeleton medical and stitch it up, canvas finish it, but using this fabric to cover the canvas, and then like whatever I use, whatever I stitch, cover that on like a piece of cardboard or something, and then have the stitched piece on top of the skeleton fabric on the canvas. I think that that would be a really cool way to finish. Yes. And then have it go in my medical bathroom, of which I totally detailed out and cleaned everything and dusted. But I need Joe to hang some shelves for me, hang some photos, and then I will do a medical bathroom tour. All right. New coming to 1884 stitchery. Let me move this. In 2020, I never thought I would do one. Well, I've done one early on. That was the Clouds Factory piece. Don't think I'll ever do one in the future, but I will be doing it for this. This is a super quick sneak peek of what will be coming to 1884 Stitchery in 2020. I know a lot of people have, you know, New Year, New Start in January, so I don't want to kick it off January 1st. So February 1st, I will be kicking off a SAL, more information to come. It will be a 6-part series. A new section will be released every month. Through 1884, I know I'm able to set up digital files. So I definitely want to make this digital file an option, but then I know that there are people that also like the paper copy style. So I will be making it available both ways. So quick little show of what it will be looking like. I'm I'm in the process of charting it right now. So look for more information, and yeah, February 2020. All right. Told you, it's gonna be quick. All right. All DMC 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors. Make it simple. Now, that is it I have for looking around. Oh, also in 2020 on 1884 Stitchery, I will be the exclusive only carrier of a designer come January 1st. So more information on that as well. She is retiring and has allowed me, I carry her charts currently, and wants me to carry on selling the charts and getting them out there to stitchers. So I will be the only place from January 1st, 2020 to get her charts exclusively only through me. Now, I knew that this would be a semi-short video, so let's make it not a semi-short video, and let's do a WIP parade, because it's the end of the year and that's when people start showing WIP parades. Am I not right? So don't worry, I don't have many. It's not going to be long. So as you can see, like I just opened these and I can't even freaking remember. So Mexican Sampler, Quaker Gone Haunted, Jenny Bean Halloween. Somebody keep track, because God knows I'm going to lose track. So that's 3. And I am not sure. I'm going to be writing these down and looking at them and figuring out for what WIP website, Facebook group, which 4 WIPs I will be concentrating on. This is my Opus piece from Long Dog Samplers. I'm doing this on a piece of 22 count hard hanger in tobacco, and I'm using DMC 806. I am only stitching the outline portion of the chart, which would be if you were stitching it in black, but you can see there's enough detail stitching just the outline section for enough of the details to get closer to show. There's also a big section, big border that I've decided not to stitch. So yeah, and I started this, I don't know if I wrote down when I had started this. I know it wasn't too long after my Virtue piece. 8/10 of 18 is when I started this LDS. I believe in only one LDS at a time. So 4. I have 4 WIPs. Next up, Halloween at Hop Run Harlow. Everyone knows it. Carriage House Samplings. I have decided to only stitch 6 blocks, 3 and 3. And I altered the middle block, which is actually 2 blocks, but I moved the witch over and the cauldron and kind of change stuff around. So I really liked this block and I wanted it to be incorporated, but I just cut it down in half. So now I am working on, I've done these three, the trees, the witch, and then I'm actually taking out this and I'm stitching the skeletons. These three, yes, do have writing in them, but when you read it with the reading to here, it actually flows and goes. So I am working on the last block. It's hard to see the skeleton on the fabric, which is properly primitive, I think. But you do see it in person. But yeah, this is the last block, but I have to stitch 3 of the skeletons. One's upright and then one's upside down and then upright. So that's all I have left, but I loved how that center witch one turned out. This will definitely be one of the, I'll probably choose 5 for the Facebook group, and I know this will definitely be one because I think it is my oldest WIP. Because it is big, I want to get that shit out. Another WIP that I have is in my Pineapple House bag. These are from Cassie Martinez. I have bags available on 1884 Stitchery if you are interested. This is Leslie Tier Art Nouveau Lady. I've already finished the top half of her, which is actually kind of fabulous. Uh-oh, now I'm contemplating. Hey, nope, out. Nope, out. You can close my door. I'll be out in a little bit. Now I'm kind of contemplating whether or not to do the bottom section, Cassie. Round out her butt. Uh-oh. I might be cheating here. Otherwise, this is the rest of her dress to finish out. But yeah, love this. First ever doing a Leslie Tier. I don't know what I was thinking that day, but I've really enjoyed it. I really have. Again, something different. It's borderline my full coverage, which I don't do. All right, so that is 3, 4, that was number 5, 6, 6. This is Queen of Hearts from Al Forrest Embroidery. I snagged one of these when they came in because they're absolutely gorgeous. These are the villain kits I'm trying to get back into stock. And it's really hard for them, the people in Russia, Al Forrest, to get all of the accoutrements put together. This is where I am at on Queen of Hearts. I have substituted out the metallics that they have sent in the kit and just found close enough matches for Petite Treasure braid. Love her. So yeah, this is where I'm at. Love the fabric as well. Let's see if I can get her all smashed up in there. So 5, 6, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, this one is so close to getting finished too. Midsummer Night Designs. This is Medieval Mermaid. Love this. Slate by Belsois. And 40 count Newcastle linen. This is purely primitive. This is purely primitive. Halloween at Hop Run Harlow is, I think, properly primitive. And there is where I am at on this piece. So this is the edge of the scene, and then down below is all of the writing. So again, I could probably bust this out in a couple nights. So maybe I'll go to this after Little Mermaid is done and see if I could bust this out this year. Probably could, seeing that the month just started. However, starting Little Mermaid kind of wanted me to have a new start. Somebody counting? You probably are, but I can't hear you. Dirty D bag that she made for me. Yeah, Pepe sits inappropriately. He learned that from his mom. Works by ABC. Death of Susanna Jayne. Here is what it looks like. I am stitching it in the called for colors. My needle minder. That's my needle on the inside. Yes. And man down. This is where I'm at. It was a bear just trying to get the top section done, which is actually kind of cool, just the top section. But yeah, love this. Love the little kind of angels in the corner here. Love these guys here. Really, really cool. So, this is a piece I wanna get it done this year. Arlene's gonna be going somewhere that she can take this with her next year, but not sure I can get it fully finished in time for said event. But that is on Arlene's store, Works by ABC on Etsy. Matching coordinating Dirty D bag. Primitive needle. Which is hollow. Love this. Stitching it on 46 count Bergen linen, and it's in a raw linen. And here's where I'm at now. I bit off more than I can chew. Cassie, I'm talking to you. I regret starting this on 46. Oh, it'll be so cute. You could finish it off into a necklace and wear it. I know I'm not that far along, so I know I could easily restart it. But then it's like, shit, I kind of like the idea of doing it on 46 count. So I'm definitely torn. 46 count, I have to be in the mood. I need light. But yeah, very torn on this piece. So it's kind of, I think that that's why I haven't been working on it. I love it, absolutely love it. Shit, I took the time and kitted it all up and pulled colors. There's a bajillion colors. But I'm torn if I should restart it on something, because then I know I'll stitch it. Because 46 is not horrible. I've done a piece on 46. I did the bird on 46, but it was a small piece. This is a big mother. So sitting here and talking to you guys, imaginary, but let's face it, when we're watching FlossTube, you really think I'm in your house with no pants on, your husband's walking by giving you dirty looks, and we're talking about cross stitch. So I feel like me just talking to you guys, I'm talking myself into restarting it on a more sizable count. I would do this on 40 because I like 1/2. Is that what we've agreed upon? Let me know your thoughts. All right. I don't have a problem doing restarts. I mean, that's what I did for Quaker Gone Haunted, because I wasn't loving the fabric, and then a way for me to restart it and love it was then to make it in memory of my dad. And another WIP. Picked this up at Needleworkers in New Jersey last year. It's from Just Stitching Along, Gertrude's Garden. If you guys remember, my great grandma's name was Gertrude, so I feel like I had to stitch this. Love the colors. And I have the top half complete. I know I persuaded a lot of people to stitch this as well, by the chart at least. 36 count lakeside linen in vintage maritime white. And I am doing it in the called for silks. I think there's like 2 or 3 DMCs. So yeah, again, why did I put this down when I only have the bottom half to do? Which I think really cool with this would be maybe asking my grandma and seeing if she has a picture of Gertrude, and then framing this with a picture of Gertrude above it. I think that would be really cool. It's really, I almost said foggy, but it's not foggy. Overcast today. We're expected to get rain, I think, coming in tomorrow. But you look outside and it looks like it could damn well be raining. All right, so I'm going to talk about these 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 whips. 11 whips. And I could easily get that down to 9. I know by the end of the year, I could finish Medieval Mermaid and Halloween at Hop Run Harlow. So I could have 9 whips by the end of the year. That's if I didn't obviously start anything. So 11 whips, totally fine with that. Now, these 3, I've decided to be done with when I was figuring out what to stitch on, and that's when I pulled out Jenny Bean. When I saw these, I was like, nope, not in love. Nope, not gonna stitch. Nope. So it was very, I'm not gonna feel bad about it. I have so many other things that I want to stitch, obviously, and I have so much in my stash, which again, another video, we're gonna go through patterns and all my patterns. So I saw these and I thought, you know what? Give them away, sell them. So I'm going to sell them. They will be up on 1884 Stitchery. And I will have them, what?
We're leaving for the baseball cage.
Okay, I'm finishing up the video and then I'll text Daddy when I'm done in a little bit. Love you, Ayrton. I'm doing a video, so.
Where?
Right there. Okay, love you. Nope,
Oh, Pepe.
nope, nope, go.
Pepe, keep giving your mom
Pepe,
support.
go. Love
She's
you,
a
boys.
Great video. Yeah,
Go. Love you.
She's a great
Love you.
mom, too.
Love you.
Love you.
So I've decided I'm gonna sell them. I will put them in my charity tab, and then I will be donating that money into the charity portion. So the first one up that I'm going to scrap, I pulled this out to work on it, and I usually don't make counting error mistakes in my projects. I like to think that I can multitask and pay attention in that respect, and being able to stitch, watch, talk with somebody, and still count and then mark off. So this is from Anna Lee Waite Designs, Vintage Lovely. I think it's gorgeous. I really do. Comes with the beads, and I was stitching this on a 28 count amber toasted almond. But I messed up somewhere, and I was having to take out like little motifs down at the bottom for it to fit. So this is, I mean, I got a pretty damn good chunk of it done. But I'm not feeling it. I think it's gorgeous, but I have better things in my stash that I want to stitch. So this will be 86th, but I will be putting the chart with the beads up on 1884 in the charity tab. And I will be listing these things as, actually, I'll put them up sometime. Because boys are going to the batting cages. Mama's going to be free a couple hours. I'm going to go freaking sit down and stitch. All right. Oh, my trash can's about to go over. All right. Oh my God, it's so like letting stuff go. This I adopted from a stitcher who had passed. Again, I love it. Stacy Nash, Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. Gorgeous. I know Emily C started this in October, and I was totally going to stitch it alongside of her. Emily, I'm a friggin' liar. I love this though. The Stitcher Head started it on 36 count Moon Shadows. With silks from Belle Soie and Dinky Dyes. I'm not. So that will be going up into the charity tab. 1884 charity section. And again, love this one. Worked on it. You guys remember last year I came across a crap ton of, that's specific, crap ton amount of Scarlet Letter charts. I still have some in stock on 1884. This one was started by the lady. I told you the whole backstory on it, my version backstory of it. Mary Gale, circa 1788. Remember, he was trying to get fresh with her. She's like, asshole, don't touch my shoulder, right? So here, the lady had already stitched the frame all in, all the way around, had started a flower, and I had continued adding some of it. I'd filled in like the leaves and done this section. I'm not going to finish it. I'm not. I love it. But no. So this is kitted up with the wools and their silks as well. Is it silks? I don't know if it's all of them. They could be there. I'm not. So that's going to go up on charity as well. So be watching if you're interested in any of the three I just showed. Oh my God, I feel lighter already. And as you can see, this Mary Gale piece, yes, it's a lot of full coverage. I think the background is all fully stitched, which is the wools, but I wasn't going to stitch. But it's already all marked out and flowered. And I'll take my needle out so nobody kills themselves on that. All right. So those three are gone. So instead of 14, I have 11. And I am totally cool with that. So, thanks for sticking around for my WIP parade, because it was a long one. That is it. That is it. But again, I want to do a video, all my charts, sit down and we'll go through all my charts. I think that will be great, but I think it's also bad because you're going through your charts and you're like, oh, I want to start this. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I forgot about this. But then it can also be kind of a cleansing thing. Like, oh, I've not into that. Because I definitely admit my style has changed every single year. I never thought that I would be doing a sampler per se, Gertrude's Garden. But when you find one that speaks to you, you can't help it. You do it. So But that's what I love about stitching. There's so many charts, and you can find the chart that it's totally your aesthetic. And I have a wide range of what gives me happiness. All right, guys, now it's a long one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to go back to my last video and enter for the giveaway. Have a great rest of your Tuesday if you're watching on Tuesday, but just have fun stitching. Thanks, guys. Bye.